Hello, welcome back to Shanki's channel. Today I'm going to cover a very interesting topic, which is how you can host an HTML page on EC2 instance, or I can say in other words, how you can browse the HTML which is hosted on your EC2 instance in AWS. So I have provisioned one server, which is uh, your Shanpan web server, as you can see on the screen. So it's nothing but the reason I named it because I'm gonna name the app, or I would say HTML page as the Shanpan. I'm sorry, not Shanpan. It's a Shanpan uh, foods, maybe like in an application where you can just uh, order things from. So that's an example I have taken from some article for an example, and I'm now going to use that to showcase how you can host that. All right, so this is the EC2 instance. I'm going to do another thing, which is I'm going to create one load balancer. I hope you know how to create it. If not, then I can take you to there. I already have one. Let's delete it for now. I'll delete this. I'll create another one in front of you. And the reason I'm creating it because I don't want to access it on the instance. I just want to access it through the load balancer URL DNS. So let's see how we can do that. So to start with, the very first thing I'm gonna do is to have one target group created because that's the prerequisite. You can say it's, and if even if you don't create it as prerequisite, you will get an option later on while creating the load balancer. So there as well you can create one, but it's good practice to have one handy. So I do have one. Let's delete everything here. Delete. Yes, delete. And now I'm going to create a target group. So my target group name would be demo UP. I'm sorry, demo TG as in target group. So I'll keep the protocol as HTTP. So this entire configuration would be on the basis of HTTP only because I'll explain you why. I'll create a target group. I'll say I have one available instance. Let's see what available instance we have. It says no available instance for now. Let me check the instance that I have. It's up and running. So I have two instances. We'll focus on this one. So it is up and running. Let's see. It says no available instance. Let's create target group. We'll add the instance later on. Demo TG. Now we have one target group and the targets. Register targets. Let me check where it is provisioned. Oh, I just provisioned it in different VPC. That's the reason it's not coming up. So I'll delete this one. I'll create another one and make sure you create it on the right VPC. So again, demo EG, and the VPC should be the one we have created. And now if I do next, I'll get this server. So I'll include this as my register target, right? Where I'm gonna uh, create some files and uh, put them in the correct configuration path to have it opened on the browser as an HTML file. So I've created the target group. Now I'll go back to load balancer. I'll choose the application load balancer to start with because I would like to configure it for HTTP. So demo hyphen ALB. I'll keep it internet facing because I don't want, I haven't created it to be accessible using private IP address. I am accessing the instance on the uh, public subnet, and that too with the access over the internet to the target, right? So what I'll do is I'll select the VPC, same VPC. So when you create load balancer, make sure you have at least two subnets created in different AZs. So it's an AZ1 and this one is an AZ2. So we have two subnets already created, subnet 1 and subnet 2. All right, that's fine. Now I'll go ahead and choose the same security group, which is great. And now here the target group it's asking for, which is rightly configured. So the reason I'm choosing here as HTTP because I just would like it to be accessible on HTTP because it, I'll explain this in the near future because the topic for today is to host the HTML page on the EC2 instance, not the load balancer itself. But I just would like to show you how you can configure load balancer. If you would like to be secured, you can choose HTTPS, but then you'll have to have these certificates in place. Then there would be another service get involved that is nothing but your uh, ACM, uh, right? Certificate manager, which I'll later on explain it in detail. So I'll keep everything what I configured and rest of the things by default. Create load balancer. If I go here, it's provisioning. Meanwhile, I am jumping onto my EC2 and will try to log in there. EC2, I'll say putty. So in putty, I'll say EC2 hyphen user because it's Amazon Linux 2 image, not Ubuntu or something. So I'll browse this and I'll accept it. All right. Now what I'll do at first place because to access the HTML page, what all you should have is to have those files created. But before that, I'll install uh, this the test page, the a page through which you can serve rest of the files that you have put in that path. So that is nothing but your HTTPD that serves the Apache basic page. So Apache will help you to serve the pages that you put there in the file. And let me create that for you. I'll do yum update hyphen y first. Okay, you need to be root user. That's great. So I'll go ahead and do this. I'm into root. Let's clear it all. Now I will do yum install hyphen y. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yum update hyphen y. Y. No package is marked for update. There is nothing for the update at this moment. Now I'll choose another one. Yum install hyphen y httpd. Start installing. That's great. Now I'll say system el start httpd. This is the service I'm going to start. It's started. So if I go here in the load balancer, let me refresh this. It's active now. So if I open this page, let's see what it says. Because the reason I'm opening it because I have put my EC2 instance behind this load balancer. If you remember, we have added the target in that target group. This one, this was the one, and if, under targets we have our EC2 instance in here, right? Which is unhealthy at the moment because There is no service running on here, and I'll close this for now. If I open it, see what it says. So it has given the Apache HTTP server to uh, just to test the proper operation of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some modifications in my EC2. Let's jump onto EC2, right? I'll check whether I have something here. www.html. I don't have anything in here, I think. Yes. So I'll create two files just for my just to test. Search index.html. Search style CSS. I'll go into this file one by one. So in order to go to this file, I'll say vi index, and I'll go ahead and do this in my note. I'll copy this and put it here, and I'll save this. I'll open the another file and CSS. I have another code copied here, so and I'll copy this here, and I'll save this again. Now, if I do ls, I now have two files, and there is some content in here, right? And let's see if I refresh this page, what it says. See the magic, because you have asked the path to serve this page, the HTML page, with some default style and some syntaxes that you have configured in here. And if I open this direct URL, I'm sorry, the IP, you would get the same page. Yes, this is running on EC2. Load balancer is just the front end. It's behaving like a front end that again hits the target. So both are serving the page, and load balancer is configured to maintain the high availability and other stuff. So which I'll explain in my load balancer demo session. So that's how you can achieve the goal of having your HTML page served on the browser. All right, thanks all. That's all for this video. I'll come up with next video soon. Thank you for watching.